All right, welcome guys to Money Mondays, where we are focused on raising private capital and investing with purpose. So, whether you are a new investor or an experienced real estate investor, or even looking to buy a business, understanding the art of raising private capital is crucial in today's competitive landscape. Join us as we navigate the complex realm of attracting investors, securing funding, and building meaningful relationships that fuel your business growth. All right, welcome guys. I'm your host, Kalisha, and I have my co-host, Betsy. What's up, girl?
Hey, it's Mondays. We always come here very, very excited about what we have going on and what we're doing and just spending some time together.
Yeah, man. To this week episode, we're interviewing a husband and wife who are running their real estate business, and they'll be providing valuable insights on their dynamic partnership, their strategies, their experiences. But guys, before we introduce our guests, let's get into this.
Yes, you guys, a disclaimer. The following information is for educational purposes only. Please do your own due diligence. We do not provide financial, legal, or professional advice. Everything that we say here is from our experience, and every case is different. So make sure you do your due diligence and make sure that that way you're doing it is the right way for you.
Yeah, so guys, like everything that we say, take it with a grain of salt. Don't say Kalisha and Betsy or Get said, oh, this is what we should do. No.
Yeah. All the advice that we can give really is from our experience.
Exactly. And
we
then
didn't study to do this.
And we've brought on like CPAs, we
have them coming next week.
Exactly. And we've had like attorneys on our podcast. So they gave a bunch of tips, what to say, what not to say, what to do, what not to do. So you guys can check out some of those episodes as well.
Yeah. And tune in next week to ask questions live with like a tax person. I mean, who does that for free?
Listen, because right now what we're seeing a lot of persons are they're lending money and they're not accounting for taxes that they would have to pay on interest. A lot of persons too, which we've learned is that as borrowers, when you borrow money, you need to ask for like is it a 1099? You give your lender 1099.
It's a 1099. Mm-hmm.
A lot of borrowers aren't even doing that as
well.
Like, hey, you paid interest on some deals that you have, so you can like account for those. So that was pretty decent.
Yeah. We can account for them as a borrower, but like as a lender, like where did that come from? How'd you get that? Where are you sending that to? So they're all very important, make it so you have it legal and you can be like, I have the receipts.
Let's go. Let us dive in. And I wouldn't even tell the story of how we've all met. We just chat. But guys, let's welcome Karolyn and Miron Bradley for the first time to Money Mondays. What's up, guys?
We're so excited to be here.
We're so excited to have you. Thank you for coming on. And we really appreciate you guys for taking the time and just being able to provide this for our viewers that we love so much.
Thank you.
Of course.
You guys run a kick butt show and we're super excited to be here. We see all your branding, all your posts. Like you guys do a phenomenal job. I just gotta let you know that. It's really great. Like I see people like taking after you guys. So you are definitely carving.
She's talking about me. Trying to barely do
I'm like, that looks like Kalisha and Betsy's stuff. What? That's them. That's their.
Listen, if you guys ever need help with anything, we got the hook up. We literally got the hook up. So
for sure.
Hi,
Jade.
Hello, Jade. Man, you got your team. I love it.
Jade's on our team.
She's one of our closers on our awesome team. She's amazing.
Man, I've seen her post, and I'm like, okay, she's crushing.
I love when I see women closers. I think that's amazing. I think it's very, very common to see men closers, but when you see women closers, you're like, that's badass.
Exactly. She is badass. She
That's
like
Karolyn's word, badass. Word so much.
I'll try to keep it clean.
No, you're good. You're totally fine. No, you are totally fine. We're so happy to have you guys here. But for those who don't know you guys, like, tell us who you guys are. What's your main strategy? Tell us a little bit about your business.
Sure. You want to kick off?
Okay, sure. So we didn't practice this beforehand. Just speak from the heart is what we do. So we met a long time ago, back when we were in our 20s, whatever. Anyways, we met in Missouri. I had a car wash job for a very long time, but we met at JCPenney's. I was selling shoes. She was selling handbags. And obviously those are right next to each other, right? Those departments are right next to each other. So we met each other there, and I got a car wash job in Missouri that took us to Tulsa, Oklahoma, and then about 10 years down the line, finally got here to Dallas. And after 15 years of working with that company, we had just sold our house and we had a little bit of money in the bank. And so I quit. I had no idea. I just knew we wanted to do real estate in some way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And what I did, I don't exactly recommend what I did, but the thing how I work is I have to have my back literally up against the wall with no other way to go except for one. Mm-hmm. And so I just quit my job and went one way. And
we said we had a little bit of a nest egg, and we said, if we don't do this now, we're never going to do it. And we kind of planned when he could leave his job, but he ended up leaving like 2 days before my birthday, like 3 months before we had planned it. And I was like, okay, we're doing this. This is like the best birthday present ever. Had no idea what we were doing. Not 1 ounce of knowledge in real estate, nothing, just jumped blindly into it, which again, we don't recommend, but it worked out.
It worked out.
Yeah.
I love that support that you guys are like bringing to each other, right? He's like, oh yeah, he jumped in, but we're going to do it, right? You don't see that very often. So that's very, very cool that you guys get to say like, yeah, we were doing it.
The want, like the unison want for us to have a better life than what we were living, and like the lifestyle that we want to have and are currently like attaining right now is way far outweighed what we were doing before, and just like the life we were living. Like, okay, let's do it. And it outweighed the scared feelings of not knowing what we were still scared, but it was worth it. It was worth it.
Scary things.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It all happened.
What?
How long ago was this?
About 2 years
Little
ago.
more than 2 years.
Yeah. So just
amazing.
2 years. Yep.
So to backtrack a little bit, like what was that first thing that got you in the door into real estate?
Yeah.
The first thing that got us in the door.
Where we put money on a flip.
So that was a flop. That was not a flip. That was a flop. So we started out in like bigger pockets world. I feel like a lot of people enter in, like that's the main entry. Like, what do they call it? The gateway drug, whatever, into real estate. And it's a lot of BRRRR strategy, which again was not fitting for our life and like our unique situation. So we ended up, we're like, okay, let's try and BRRRR, and we'll flip it, we'll renovate it, we'll refi it, whatever. And we got a deal from a wholesaler.
I was on like 10, 20 different wholesaler email chains,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where they all send you stuff. And because that's what you're supposed to do. And $5,000 on this I think it was a 1920s build.
Oh my God.
In
So
Greenville, Texas, which is really North Dallas. And I'm like, whatever, let's just do it. You know what? It came with 2 houses on one lot. So 2 for 1, right?
Yeah.
And so we put $5,000 down, EMD. I'm like, you know what? We probably should get somebody to actually inspect this thing. So we went and tried to find somebody to inspect it. I don't even remember if we found somebody, but I went down there. I started looking. I brought my flashlight. I'm like, hey, I'm just here to inspect it. And I saw there's like giant, the foundation was actually tree trunks, like cut tree trunks. That's what the house was sitting on. I was like, Karolyn, I don't want to do this. I don't know what the heck we're doing. So Jade says, those 2 for 1 deals will get you. Yeah, so we tried to back out. Long story short, we lost $5,000.
Yeah, like right out of the gate, like within 2.5 months of starting this, we lost $5,000.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
I'm laughing about it now, but I was like in bad, like
it was upsetting, but
like PTSD mode. I don't even know. Like I had like
it's a story.
breakouts.
It's a good story.
It's a great
Yeah,
story.
because then you guys wasn't like, I'm done with real estate. Like you guys continue, like look at where you guys are at now. Like imagine if you didn't take that step.
It's a lot of EMD. Sometimes we lose EMD now, but it's not very often. But it was a lot of driving for dollars to get started, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But we just knew the goal was to own. We wanted to own a bunch of property. We wanted passive cash flow. So that's that was the next step. Like, who can we get as a mentor to help us? And so along the way, we've gathered a couple mentors in our circle.
Yeah.
Who name some?
Yeah.
Yes.
So right after that cute incident of losing $5,000, we're like, okay, we are silly. We are not. We're doing this by ourselves. We can go to meetups, sure, but there's only so much you can grasp from that. We need education. We need community. And ironically, when I was at a Bigger Pockets meetup, local, one of my friends there mentioned, oh, check out this guy, Pace Morby on YouTube. And I was just like, okay, this guy sounds fake, whatever. Like, this just sounds like a weird name.
I was like, Pace Morby, is that an app I have to download?
Yeah. It sounded like so, like, I don't even know. Anyway, I come home, I'm like, check out this guy. They're talking about creative finance. I don't know. And we went down the rabbit hole of YouTube University for like 2 days, 3 days.
2 days.
By the following Monday, we had a discovery call, signed up for sub 2. And that was a big pivotal moment in our life, not even knowing it at the time. But yeah. So Pace has been an incredible mentor for us. Vina Jetty, who we've been grateful and honored to have met last fall and developed a really great relationship with her. She's like 20 minutes away from us, so we see her all the time. And Amy Majuri. I think we're all in these communities together. Majuri is just incredible.
She was at our last meetup.
Yeah, she was at our last meetup last month. So
it's amazing to see like when the first time we've met, that was a couple months ago, and then just to see the transition now, especially that's why we're calling this episode "Scaling Your Business Empire," because a couple months ago you guys were doing the multifamily like full blown on in it. And then you decided to like pause, pivot, because I remember the episode you guys did with Pace on Get Creative on the Sunday. And he was like, you guys need to scale. Y'all want to scale? And you're like, yes. And then like, this is what you need to do. And then you guys documented your entire journey and be like, all right, we did this, we did that. And now it's like the business goes,
yeah,
just because you started focus on building a team and scaling. So it's amazing just to see that transition with everything. And I mean, with you guys being like husband and wife, business partners, parents, like how do you navigate some of those roles in your business?
I think we're still evolving. We're still learning about, like they just got home from school and they're chilling and we're gonna like, okay, mommy and daddy are going to pop on a podcast. It's a lot of balancing like that. They're very understanding. They know what's going on. They know it's fun. A lot of it is fun, but it's really carving out time to do the things that we want to do as a family. We love being able to take them on trips when we go to Arizona, or we went to California like 3 weeks ago and got to take the family. Still did work while we were there. So it's a little bit of juggling, but I think it's really just being intentional with how we want to live our life and being intentional of like, okay, now it's time to power down the work side, power up the family side, or even us, like go on dates every Friday night. We need to get back to that actually, because we missed a few days, like
I know Faye said it best, right?
like a full week of dates. Yeah, it's fine. But yeah, it's just really being intentional of how we're spending our time.
Make it easier. So do you guys because I know a lot of times they talk about business organizational structure. Like you have the CEO or the finance person. This is who you go to when it's acquisition. Do you guys have separate roles? Because I know like Miron is like the complete integrator. Like how do you guys set up those roles? Who does what in the business?
Yeah, that it's a stuttering answer. It took some time for us to really like understand ourselves, because we both have like similar personalities, but very different personalities. So I understand myself as like, I see risk and I want to be comfortable. And I know that about myself. And so I do things that make me like wildly uncomfortable. Right. So like, I know it took me 15 years to quit my job, but still like just did it, had no backup plan. And so like, I'll put myself in situations that aren't great for me. And what I mean by that is not comfortable. So I want to then, and here's the like the cut is like, I'll think that also works for her. So I'm like, hey, go do this. She's like, no, I don't want to do that. And so I have to really understand what she wants to do and when is the right time for her to do the thing that she wants to do. And that whenever she decides, then it's done, it's decided, and it goes, right? So I just have to wait. But as far as like the roles, she's running the assets. So like the doors that we have, she's getting the insurance set up, she's getting the tenants, she's all the stuff, right?
Sold the wrap.
Yeah, so she sold the wrap, she found the wrap buyer, did all of it, right? I'm over here, I'm running the wholesale team. She's still involved, but I'm basically running the wholesale team and running the leads, getting the contracts, and displaying the deals, right?
Yeah.
And there's a team of 10 people, 10 to 12, something like that. And you're still involved. Karolyn's still involved. So like she's like a janitor type of role. What needs to be done? Right.
Janitor.
Okay, that's really what I should say about myself. But
no, it's more like, yeah, I get it though. I know what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
I'm more like running point on the things that are like the little missing pieces. They're like, oh, okay, we need recruitment. Like we need people on our team. We need branding work. We need things to look a little bit more polished, like set up our website stuff. All the like little touches of what our brand, what our team looks like. I'm in charge of that, and he really pushes the rest, and he does a phenomenal job with it. So I'm here to like support that and run assets behind the scenes too, and do social media stuff too.
Yeah, her reach is quite a bit bigger than mine. So whatever she understands branding. She went to school for fashion design, so like she understands that stuff way more than I do.
Yeah. Her social media is banging. Like no matter what, it always looks so clean, and I'm like, Yeah, I will start doing that. And after some point, I'm like, I'm over this crap. I can't do this. But she's so consistent with her, the online, the presence. Like everything is clean, it's the same. And you don't get boring of it, which is good. I'm like, you're good. I like your
Yeah, I
social
saw it. It was aesthetics for me.
Yeah, I think that's my thing is like he's more like take off and go and just like do it. And I'm more of like, okay, hold, like let's make this look a little nicer. Like I'll be right behind you, but I'm like sweeping behind him, you know, like let's
Janitor reference. I get
yeah,
it
it's
now.
like, okay. There you go.
Got it.
No,
Cute.
that's good. And I know like
Very
we're
cute.
all part of like Amy's program.
Yeah.
I remember the first time Myron, when I met Myron for the first time in person, and I think he came there on a mission. And he's like, Kels, I'm here to raise, I think it was 704,000, or it was a multifamily deal that you guys were looking into. And he's like, I'm gonna raise this money. This is what I'm here for. While Myron is sitting there at the bar, we're all sitting down. He has the Hunter Thompson book, reading, and I'm like, that book is boring as hell. And he's reading that book, and he's like, I'm gonna raise out 704,000. And when we went into the conference, I think the following day doing the activities, I think it was to reach out to her contacts. Myron raised that money that day.
Yeah.
I was like, holy crap.
It's amazing.
Like that was
Yeah.
amazing.
What was so cool is like Amy's program is just like made for me. I think like that's exactly the person I need as a mentor. I love her so much.
Yeah, because she's telling you exactly what to do.
Yeah. Like here's this and this and go do it and execute it. And I was at home while he went and they were sending me videos of like, oh, he's raised like, I don't know, was it like 3 million or something you raised?
Yeah, 3 million on a 1031 and then some other, I don't even remember
crazy.
anymore.
I was just like, this is amazing.
No, it was so but now do you guys both focus on raising money, or is that one person who's focused on raising money for all the buy and hold?
We both do
We
it.
both do.
But she's more raising money on the multifamily side right now.
Right.
I'm more like wrestling gators or, finding money to take down like 30,000, 50,000 for the single family stuff.
Like midterm rentals that we want to do. Yeah. That type of thing.
Yeah.
Tell us about that. How are you finding those lenders?
For single family.
For single family?
Yeah. How are you finding it?
For single family, it is literally just talking to people on Facebook. Just meeting people.
I heard you say that you're wrestling gators.
Oh yeah, sorry. Y'all may not know what that is. Sorry. So a gator lender is someone who's going to lend for short amount of time, and a gator basically rolls. They roll their money into the next deal, right? So I have people who just message me. I had one this morning. He's like, hey, if you ever need EMD, let me know. I'm like, okay, go fill out this form. I think I have like $500,000 just in like gator lenders, people who just have money just sitting there. They want quick return. So gator wants really fast return. There are other people who are more on Karolyn's side where I want to have my money sit. I'll just sit it there for 5 years, whatever the fund is, whatever it is.
Right.
That makes sense for them. And I'm more on the short term or lending smaller amounts, 30,000 to buy a midterm rental or something like that. Does that answer?
Yeah. Because I just learned something new. I'm glad Betsy asked. I did not know what you meant by the wrestling gator, so I was going to ask you that.
Yeah, I was like, wait, wrestling. I mean, I know what a gator is, but do you actually like negotiate better, like longer terms? Because I know they're like 90 days, 30 days. Are you like trying to get them to maybe entice them to stay longer?
No. It's literally like they can't. Do you all get people who ask you to lend EMD to you? Like, hey, do you ever need EMD? Yeah, like 5 a day. Okay, start stacking their names. And when you find a deal, go put their money into it and make some money in between.
Yeah.
It's like wholesaling
money.
wholesaling money in a way.
Yeah.
It's like we have the luxury, the benefit of being in front of deals every day. Like we have a team, we're doing this full time, and we have people who have W-2s, they're busy, you guys know, like they don't have the eyes or the time or the energy to sit there, but they have all this money sitting that they want to put to work, and they want to get back in chunks, and they want to see that instant gratification of doing deals. So it's like, oh, sorry, if you know, come to us, we're in front of deals, and we'll like connect the dots for you, you know.
How do you like verify these deals too, like in terms of using other people's money? Do you have anything? Because I know like we're more on the longer side protection with the promissory note and everything like that. For borrowing EMD, how do you ensure that lender like peace of mind to be like, hey, your money is protected? Like what documents do you guys have in place? How does that look like?
Yeah, it's still promissory note. It's still deed of trust. Like those things are still in place. You're still getting you're still lending on a piece of property, a security. Yeah.
So
it's the same. It's the same.
Okay. And I
it's
know
just
like
myself in the middle to make a little pinch of money. That's it.
That makes sense. The one thing that we've been getting a lot, and we would kind of stay away from because we're still learning, and this question is for you, Karolyn, is the raising capital for multifamily. And the reason being is because this is now you go into SEC regulations, you go into qualifying person accredited. So how do you build your list to get those persons to like qualify them? Hey, all right, this person they're not accredited, but I can use them for another deal. Or this person is accredited, I can use them in multifamily. Like, how are you finding these people? How are you qualifying them to raise capital for your fund? And tell us about Sana Wealth.
Sure. Yeah. So a lot of it is we run meetups at the end of every month, myself and Pauline. We do that every last Tuesday. So but organically, we've created this like local community of real estate investors, Sub-2 community, RPM community, everyone that comes there. So we know, like even in our Eventbrite that we do, this is kind of like a filter of we'll have questions like, what are you doing? Are you a long-term lender? Are you a buy and hold? Like, what's your strategy? And it starts to filter them so we can understand like, okay, this person is interested in lending money or multifamily investments or those types of like light touch points to where we can gauge, okay, this person could be on the accredited line. They could not, they're in that realm. Also, when we're doing like a 506c, like an accredited investment, you have to basically be speaking to the majority of the room has to be an accredited from your understanding has to be an accredited room. And then it's, it goes down to like the one-on-one connections of like, what are you aligning with on your investments? What type of goals do you have? Are you doing long-term, like 5-year holds, those types of things. And then some of them are more in the beginning phases and they're not quite ready to put their feet in for, a full-blown 5-year hold, whatever that might be. And we're like, okay, well, let's put you on our portal. We direct people to, we have a Sana Wealth Invest Next portal to where they can fill out their information. It will ask them there also whether they're an accredited investor or not. So there's another level of which direction do they want to go, or maybe they're building up to being accredited. A lot of people that have invested, I shouldn't say a lot, a few of them come on that they didn't think they were accredited, but they did get verified through our portal, and it turns out that they were. So there's a lot of people who just maybe not realize that they are accredited, and they actually are. Yeah. And we're able to take it to the next level and do an investment with them. Otherwise, it's like keeping in touch. We have them set up on our portal, so they're going to be receiving our emails of our opportunities coming up. And if maybe the next one's like open to non-accredited and accredited, there we go. Or we've already established relationships with people, especially in our local community and online presence as well. So we have opportunities to do lending or long-term holds, whatever that might be. So that's how directions that we go, or that I go.
See, like it's money from EMD. You need like short money, they got you. You need like 6 to 12 months, you guys have that pool. You're looking for something long term, you guys are tapping in everywhere.
Everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
I never really thought about it like that, but yeah, I guess we are. We're trying to put our hands in every, like, how can we bring value in each area?
So how are you guys keeping yourselves organized? I know you said like you have your portal. Is that on your website? And like who takes charge of who? Like after someone new comes in, after they are like, oh, they're lending for short term, that's gonna go to Miron. Or like what's your strategy there?
That's a great question. We're still developing out like our SOPs for how we want, like, it's investor relations at the end of the day. Like that's what it is. So for me, it's more, you're in the portal, you're already like set up for investor relations on that side for multifamily. And then for the single family side, it's like we have one-on-one communication, we have emails, we have, we're creating SOPs in ClickUp for those types of things.
Yeah, I use ClickUp. It's kind of like Monday.com, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, if somebody has money they want to invest, I'm like, hey, can you fill out this little form? It's like 5 questions. How much do you have? Are you accredited? Yes or no? Basically that. And as deals come along, I can email you. I'll actually call them if it's something I really want to do with them. So organizing it goes into a pipeline inside of ClickUp. And then for her on the multifamily, it goes into that big portal thing.
So I'm like, oh, see, like, wow. You guys need to get
a lawyer had to help them set that up, right?
Well, as far as doing the fund that we're doing, so I have my Son of Wealth team, Pauline Stegman and Al Dominguez. We're all partnered together for Son of Wealth. And that is our fund of fund that we're doing alongside Vina, which we're like coming down to the very closing day. We close out in like the next week and a half, and we're really excited. And we just opened up like a few lower barrier to entry slots for that, for any accredited investors that want to hop on board. Because the cool thing about a fund of fund is you can tailor it to what you want to provide to your investor community, your pool of investors. So maybe at Vina's level and status, right? She's like $1 billion babe, like she's up here. I'm not quite at $1 billion yet, right? So she's like 100, 150, 200 minimum to come in, where we can be a lot more flexible under the 100K minimum, even under 50K, those types of things. So we can kind of tailor it to who would like to join in, be a part of a deal with Vina. We know she's a high level operator. She's executed on multiple cycles, like phenomenal results. So we know we're in great hands and we can deliver that to our.
Shout out to you. Let's guys, if you're in the chat right now, let's give some fire to the team. Like,
thank you.
Getting close to closing your fund to funds. I mean, people will hear that and be like, oh, a fund is scary, because we're setting up a fund now. And they're like, it's scary. But when you really look into it, it's not. It's just an underlying protection for you, the borrower.
Right.
But it gives you so much more flexibility and opportunities to take down bigger deals, more deals. So good job. Like, you guys, it looks good. Like, if you guys haven't checked out the website, Sauna Wealth, it will be in the description, so you guys can put that in. My thing is, I'm very interested to know, what is the most creative deal yet that you guys have done using private money?
Creative. I mean, it was kind of creative, but
what?
Tamarisk. It's
Okay.
very last minute creative, but
We've done we've done a few like private money. Well, it was like more of a we did it interest only for 5 years on a 40 unit. Interest only. That was pretty fun.
yeah, we
But
have private investors on that one.
yeah, that's private money.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know you were going to ask this question. I'm sorry. I would have prepared my notes. Most interesting one. The one that I really liked was the wrap that we just closed because
Yeah.
Our butts got saved by this one. So I don't think we're gonna win any gold medal. Like this is the most creative deal, but we were. So here's what happened: we closed on our 40 unit, and in Knoxville, and we did not have a lot of money at the time. So in our bank account, okay, and we're like, okay, we can do this stuff with no money out of pocket. We're gonna go raise all the money. We did, but the KP on it, the key principal, the person who's running it, he's like, well, how much are you all going to invest? I'm like, what? Well, how much are you all going to put into the deal? I'm like, we looked at each other. I'm like, 3K? What are we going to do? Like 3K? That's pretty much all we have to actually let go of.
Yeah.
He's like, you guys, listen, when you're doing multifamily and you're trying to go raise money like this, you should be able to put in a significant, not the whole thing, but put in a chunk because you're going to say, hey, I'm putting in my chunk and I'm looking for other people to do the same thing. And it wasn't a stern conversation. It was a stern conversation, but it taught me something. Yeah, it was eye-opening. I go, I never, ever want to have that type of conversation again. So we turned around and just started wholesaling the crap out of houses, right? Single family, sub two, seller finance, everything. Started a wholesale business because of that. So
we were still doing single family, like we were doing both in tandem, but we weren't at the level that we needed to be at in order to not only supply our active income, but also supply for the opportunities to come in multifamily because we wanted to do both.
Right.
Yeah.
Goal is multifamily. So
we
started wholesaling. I'm getting to the deal. So wholesaling, we found this beautiful house in North Houston. It's in Montgomery. I wanted this house so bad. I'm like, I want to keep this house. The fridge was like touch screen. I'm like, look at that fridge. I love it. It was a 4.3. It was brand new. Dang, I love that house.
Cutie house.
We just sold it. Anyways, I found a buyer, found a assignment buyer, right? So I want to sell this sub 2. It was like a 3.2% interest rate. Amazing. We fly out to Phoenix the day before closing. We're going to go to a sub 2, the mastermind. We land. The guy's he's calling me. The buyer called me like 8 times in a row. I'm like, hey man, what's going on? He goes, hey, I know tomorrow's closing. I have to back out. No. He's like, yeah, I have to back out. I'm like, why? He said something about the water softener. I'm like, listen, man, whatever my assignment is, take the water softener off. I'll pay for it. It's the same entry. Well, he didn't want to do the deal, basically. So I called up our good friend, Sonia King. I called her up that day and I said, hey, we need to close on this deal tomorrow. And I need 47. What is it? 42. It was 40 something. I'm sorry.
It came in at 46.
$46,000 tomorrow. She goes, well, okay, I have an IRA. Let me talk to my IRA. She ended up closing that deal for us. Whoa. And yeah, it was like little to no notice. She's like, okay, let's get the paperwork rolling. I think we were like 4 or 5 days late of closing, but it was just the time for her IRA to fund it, right? And since then, we got another deal with that same lender in Abilene. We got a midterm with her, but this is okay. The lesson, the power of the relationship that you have with your lender. She barely asked questions. She's like, what are we going to do with it? Okay, cool. Sign. Like, she just trusted us. Right.
Yeah.
And so the most creative deal, I don't know, but it saved our butts. She legit saved our butts on that deal.
Yeah.
And she's amazing to work with.
Yeah. And
I'm so glad. No, keep going. I'm saying that I'm so glad you guys brought that up because relationship is so important.
Yeah. People like, like sometimes you will just see person just put in like, we've seen it in groups, need a PML for 100,000. I was like, that's not how it works.
I get DMs consistently like, hey, can you help me find a private money lender? And I'm just like, no. I mean, yes, but like that's literally not the way to do that, we see it all the time. It's truly networking, building relationships, putting yourself out there, doing like having a presence and showing the business that you're doing, like marketing yourself and your name.
Yeah. And the meetup that you guys are doing too, like that build a ton of credibility for you guys. So like a lot of persons sleep on real estate meetups. And it's like, yeah, you can do virtual meetups all the time. But a lot of persons are local, are doing business. They're not on Facebook. They don't have time to be on Facebook. Some of them are like busy, like really invested and maybe have a chunk of money. And they're like, oh, I just want to hang out. I just want to be around people who's doing what I'm doing. And the fact that you guys are hosting that meetup, like you guys get a ton, like a huge turnout. So that's pretty good. It helps a bit. And there's always private money in those groups too.
For sure. And it just helps. It helps. We have like probably 100 people register every single time. And it's amazing to see, to like Kalisha, you run one in Orlando there and like Orlando, right?
Oh, Tampa. You're good.
Right.
We're just gonna let you roll with it.
She's like, yeah, okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's slide. But like to watch it grow and to see different faces come in every single time and learn something new and get to be part of the community, it's really cool. And like they get to recognize that you're a local leader and a pillar in the community and like, oh, okay, we know this person does business. We know that they want to do business with other people. Great. It's like a trust, like
it's like an instant trust. Like instant trust right there. Is there any, I'm sure there is like a major lesson where something happened or where you go was like, damn, with a private money lender, we're like, damn, we should have done this way. Or you know what, next time this is not gonna happen. Like, was there any major lesson?
I have one if you don't.
Ooh, I want to hear it.
For me, my major lesson at this point in my career, I don't want to speak for you. I'll speak for you. In our career, I don't want to do any 6-month turnarounds. I don't want to do any 1-year turnarounds anymore. I want to bring on partners. Let's split it. Sorry, were you giving me high fives? Boom.
She's like, yes.
I don't want to do anymore. It's too stressful for me. And the market is a little too turbulent. So we don't know what's going to happen. And so I want to bring on partners. And that was a big lesson, because when you put, like, I'm trying to build this team and pushing the car uphill type of scenario, right? You're pushing the car uphill and you have this other looming, oh, hey, this $40,000 is due in a month. You know what I mean? Like, what are we going to do? We got to come up with $40,000. So that's my major lesson, is like, bring on partners right now. There's a lot of people who will lend for a year, and then, I don't know if I should say this, but like a lot of people who will lend for a year, 6 months, and then that year and that 6 months, the time comes up to get paid, and they're raising their hands up like, "Where's my money?" And like, well, the market shifted. Literally, all areas shifted, and so that's what's going on with your money. So, that kind of happens all the time. So that's my major thing is bring on partners. It's more fun anyway, right? It's more fun to bring on partners than have someone that you have to go awkwardly meet them at the meetup and like, "Hey man, thank you for holding on for so long. I'll have your money next week." And you have to like dip out.
No, you don't do that.
No,
I know.
It's not us. It's other people. I'm just saying.
Sure. I mean, like, I think we've all been in scenarios or will be where, if you're not doing partners and you are doing lending, you're like, I need like a week, or I need like an extra few days to get you your money, right? And it's that alone is not to say that you need like prepare yourself, put in your work to not put yourself in that position, whatever you can do. But if you ever are in that position, communication and being transparent with the person who is entrusting their money to you.
Yeah.
Be transparent with them. That is the like ultimate key for this relationship that you're having and you want to keep it ongoing potentially. Be honest, be transparent, update them, talk to them. This is what's going on, the good, the bad, the ugly, whatever. Like, let them know, because it's going to help you solve the problem if a problem should arise, or if you need a little extra time, whatever that is. Just stay on top of it. Don't dip out, like, don't dip out. Don't do that. Like, own up, be responsible, and you'll everything will work out. So
I bet this is said on like every episode. Just communicate.
Yeah. Like literally, but
we have a few keywords that we say. We say trust, transparency, and relationship.
Yeah.
Like
always bring up, but a lot what we try to do as well is when we have these conversations, we try to let lenders know as well, hey,
the risk.
It's a risk, and nothing is guaranteed. Yes, we're hoping, and as you said, we're going to do everything that we possibly can to get your money back in 6 months. But like, look what happened with COVID. Like, everything just shifted. And I think a lot of times borrowers just need to set that expectation. Start pitching the worst case scenario. This is what can happen. Yeah. But if this happened, these are the things that we're going to do to make sure your money is protected. But Miron, I'm with you. I don't like these 6 months loan anymore, these 12 months loan, because everyone just needs this quick return. And a lot of times these people with the money and quick return, they don't really understand investing that much.
Yeah.
I'm desperate for the money.
Lately, the conversations I've been having with private money lenders, I'm so upfront with it. I'm just like, hey, I'm doing at least 12 months, and if not more, because of that. I'm like, it's a bigger risk for me to tell you I need it in 6 months or in 3 months, because I'm gonna be like worrying about getting you your funds back, because that's really important to me. Yeah. So just setting that expectation that if we're gonna work together, let's try to make it a long-term relationship.
Like, absolutely. It's so much more stress-free.
Yeah.
Like, that's the goal here too. Like, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go with someone, like, that's what it is. Like, that's the core of it. Partnering up, scaling, and, you're going to scale to a point to where you might feel a different direction is better, whatever. But in the meantime, everybody gets a piece of pie. Everybody's winning.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. Like, literally, that's it. But tell us, like, what's the next big thing? What are you guys working on? What's the little secret sauce you guys are working on over there? You guys are always working on something.
Ooh. Well, I will say by the end of the year, we will acquire a boutique hotel.
Yep.
It is in the works.
Love it.
Works. It's been talked about for probably the past year plus. It's been in our minds for years, but It's time. Once I close out this fund, and it will I'll be a part of that 400 plus unit acquisition, and that will just, for me, it's a great up level in my mindset and my personal career of doing real estate, and it will help me doing this fund is absolute laying the foundation for me to take on, for us to source and take on and find out what we need to do for a boutique hotel. And obviously going to Puerto Rico is going to be a great
It's an investment. It's an investment.
over Karolyn. No.
Oh,
Boutique hotel for sure. We're looking in Texas. We're open to Florida, Sunbelt states. If it's in Texas, we'd love that because it's kind of local. But
would you do California?
California?
I was just about to ask in Palm Springs.
Exactly. That's exactly it. Palm Springs.
Mm-hmm.
I want a boutique hotel. Amanda and David. David, they're doing an amazing job. Super inspiration to me. Beautiful. So yeah, I'm on that same wavelength. What else?
Yeah. We're gonna buy a couple more houses next month, right? Get the fund out of the way, get a couple other things out of the way, bring on some partners, buy some more houses. I got a really good deal coming in McKinney here in Dallas. If you know Dallas, you know McKinney. It's going to be an Airbnb, but a scary Airbnb, because it's what I mean by that is Dallas is coming a scare B&B.
What's a scary B&B?
And I think of haunted house.
Is bringing down the Airbnbs, right? They're going to try to get rid of them, right?
Yeah.
So I think one of our main turns is going to be Airbnb, midterm rental. It's going to be a lot of midterm rentals.
Pad split.
We're very, very interested in pad split. We're going to get our Karolyn deal is going to come up to be a pad split by the end of the month. We'll have that running. But it'll be acquiring, because the wholesale team, Jade is doing so great. One of our other closers, Alan, he's doing so great. That's going to get to the point where it's just kind of running. We'll have to, be involved somewhat, but acquisitions is going to turn up where we're going to be buying. So that's really what we want. We want to buy and be where you all are. That's what we're aiming for.
We want to be where you guys are.
Yeah.
Listen to talk about the fun. I'm yeah, everyone keeps telling us that. The fun, doing your first fund is just to get your foot in the game. They're you're not going to make money, just building experience. But once you learn how to execute that first fund, they're everything else after that. When you go to people now to write a $300,000 check, if they've seen that you've done your first fund before, you're not a complete rookie. They're all right, let's do this. So I'm excited for that.
Are y'all going to do it under a fund of fund under another operator?
Are you going to
do your own fund?
Just the own fund. Yeah. So we're going through Bridger Pennington fund launch program. So they have a whole team that help us to put the fund together, run the numbers, learn how to pitch, how to find these people, and all these stuff. So I'm
amazing.
Yeah.
What was it? Was it fund launch? Is that what you went to?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was cool.
That was a great event. Good networking there. So it was pretty good.
So does that answer your question, Brian? Sorry, Brian asked if we had help doing the fund.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Did we have help, or did you have help?
Brian, who were you talking to?
Yeah.
Sorry, typing so fast right now.
What's cool is Karolyn is doing the fund under Vina. And so Karolyn can like call Vina and say, hey, I have a question real quick, blah, blah, blah. And they're able to, it's like a mentor mentee type of deal. I think it's amazing. It's so valuable. So I don't know.
It's been eye-opening. It's been a lot of learning, a lot of curves, a lot of growth. Definitely outside my comfort zone. That's why I was like, I need a team. I need a team of people who want to do this, and we're doing it. And I'm really excited. We're gonna finish it out strong. And we're still doing investor calls. It's exciting.
Yeah. In like a couple of months, I'll be calling you because we're about to go through the legal process now. So that's scary. But what do you guys need help with? Like, if someone wants to join like your team or help you guys with anything, like what do you guys need help with?
That first one you mentioned right now, I just put a post out for people who want to come on as callers for our team. We're recruiting for that, visionary people who want to hit the ground running, making calls for our acquisitions team and do some deals, get your foot in the game, do some business. That's one of the biggest ones. What else? Closing out my fund. So anybody who's interested in long-term investments, holler at me.
Yeah.
What else?
Yeah, callers. And just like you, people who want to partner on deals. We're getting better at finding the deals. I'd love to partner with some people and buy some businesses.
Yes.
I have a lot of car wash experience, like I said. So like buying one of those self-serve, where you put the quarters in or whatever. I know how to run those and build those. I think it'd be cool to have a couple. We've been talking to people about nail salons.
What'd you say?
Sorry,
does it matter the state? No, you're good. Does it matter the state for the car wash?
No, not at all. They're all the same.
Perfect. Because someone asked me about if I know anyone who wants to buy a car wash, and I was like, no. So I go back to the conversation and find out where it is.
Yeah, find out where it is. Yeah, I'll buy it.
Okay.
Some businesses, but yeah, our main shtick right now is like finding more callers. So we need more callers to help call us on agent outreach, low equity. We're getting ready to drop. So I make like little tools. So I made this like little, you underwrite your deal, underwrite your sub 2, and you click a button and it will generate your offer for you, right? You don't have to go build the LOI. So you just click a button, you underwrite it, click a button, boom, you got your LOI. You can send it off. And I've been talking with this other guy. There's another like integrator guy here in sub 2. His name's Ryan Schroep. He built this like filtering spreadsheet. Anyway, I'm like, hey man, let's partner up. So he's going to have his filtering sheet, and I'm going to put my LOI generator. We're going to make like a market takeover tool. Basically, you can generate 100 LOIs at once. This is the first time I'm talking about it live right now.
Oh, I love
AI
it.
at its finest, for real. I love that. That's amazing.
Yeah.
They did say that if you don't start using AI in your business, you're not growing. So
yeah,
kudos.
So basically, you would just pull the list out of whatever platform you pull lists from, put it into this filtering sheet. It filters out the hottest leads. You click a button, it generates 100 LOIs for you at once.
That's amazing.
So that will be coming out. He's probably mad at me for talking about it, but we'll have it done by the middle of the week. We'll have it dropped out. It's a little tool for investors.
That is good. But even the tool that you have right now, I think, because I've been seeing you talking about it and other persons talk about it, like, how does someone get access to that tool? Did it have to be a part of your team?
No. If you just go to my website, myronmethod.thrivemodellc.com. I don't think I can type in here. myronmethod.thrivemodellc.com. And wait, I can put it in the chat.
Yes. Thank you.
Oh, sorry, because I'm mixing it up. And we can, for those like who are watching or listening to this after the fact, we'll also have the link in the description so you guys can actually have access to it as well. So it's there, because I've heard different persons talk about that link was sending out LOIs. I'm like, that is dope. That is
Yeah.
dope. It's like, you're talking it out loud and I'm getting ideas in my head. I'm like, pretty sure this is not the first time you're seeing this. Like, why did these ideas click before?
Yeah, so we had a pretty good team, and we were getting 15, 20 offers daily, and I wasn't able to keep up with it. And so I'm like, I just need a tool that just generates LOIs really fast. So I made it. I just made one. And now we're able to get a bunch of LOIs out a day. And there's Karolyn's.
That goes to
link.
the portal. So you just create an account on there and it will log you into all the information, the offering, everything on there to view. Sorry.
Man. No, you're good. I love that.
What are you all looking for? How can we help you?
Yeah. How can we help you guys?
Deals and money. We're always looking for deals and money.
Yes. Right now, I'm actually working on a new development myself. I partnered up with my construction team with my husband's a contractor, so I partnered up with his company so that we can build this property. We're really excited about it because it'll be our first, it's our little first project that we're doing ourselves. So money.
That's cool.
Where is it?
Where is it? It's here in Georgia. It's really local to us, so we know the municipality and stuff. Like we're connecting with them just to make sure everything's good. Yeah, it's really exciting. We close
And you build it and sell it.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's exciting.
When do you close?
The 7th of September.
Ooh, it's coming up right around the corner. August is flying by already.
Oh my God.
No, it's so fast.
Like the second half of the year, is almost gone.
Yeah. 4 months to crush it and end the year strong. Like, we got this.
I agree. What's the saying? Champions are made in the second half.
I need to write that down. Give me a second.
Yeah. Cool.
That's what happened last year in our second half. And I'm like, okay, I think the first, it just feels like the first 6 months are like, okay, let me find my groove. And then the next 6 months are like, boom, you just lock in what you want to do. Yeah.
Exponential growth.
So laser focused. Because I'm like Miron sometimes. I'll wait until my back is against the wall. And some things that comes out of my brain and the things that come out, I was like, holy crap, why do I have to wait until my back is against the wall at the very last minute for these things to work or for me to push myself that hard? But no, you're right, 1,000%. But
we do well under pressure, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Guys, this has been fantastic. Yeah. I'm so happy that we finally got to have you guys on this episode. If you guys missed this, you can always go back, you can re-listen, you can always re-watch. I love the fact that you guys talk about really managing the roles as husband and wife, as business partners, who's responsible for what, and what you guys are really doing to scale. You talk about raising capital in so many different aspects of your business, using other people's money to scale your business. And the plans that you guys have is wishing you guys all the best. So if you guys even come across any boutique hotel, they are looking, guys. It doesn't matter. They're looking. They stated the places that they're looking.
Car washes.
So if you guys have anything, their handles are on the screen. But if you are listening, it's at Miron Briley. That's MIRON BRILEY, or at KAROLYN.BRLEY. Guys, go over to Instagram, Facebook, go follow them, give them a follow, guys.
Yes, and go look at all the aesthetics that Karolyn.
I'm like, oh God, I need to start posting more. Thank you.
Rushing it, full blown hands over, but you guys are good. You guys are really good.
Thank you.
You guys are awesome.
Well, thank you. Thank you for being here. And thank you for our viewers and listeners. We really, really appreciate all of you guys. Just seeing your names. We're kind of familiar with you guys now. So we just kind of love seeing when you guys comment. And when we see someone new, we get really excited. So thank you for letting us provide this for you guys. And thank you guys for being here and being so accessible to our viewers. So whether you are looking to finance your next project, launch, or expand a new business, we hope that this episode gave you some insights, strategies, and tips so that you guys can raise capital and invest with purpose.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.